And good evening, everyone. This will be my first and last video, possibly, about builds in Western World. But the reason I wanted to make this video was because that Behemoth is soon coming out on the PC platform, and I haven't seen any specific builds for Behemoth or in that formal category. So I have made a few builds, one for almost every class or weapon, if you so call it, beside light bowgun, heavy bowgun, and dual blades, I believe, and also hunting horn. Hunting horn were in a really weird spot, if I should be honest. So the first one I want to go over is the sword and shield, the so-called support builds. As you can see here, we have 5 earplugs, which is pretty dandy, because we don't want any in the party dying all of a sudden because you are getting CC'd by Behemoth's mighty roar. So earplugs and wide range is of course necessary for support builds. Recovery up, I would say that's also necessary spell because you do 30% increase healing to everyone because you're consuming it. Focus, that's simply just because it were from the Damascus, Mail and Coil. So that's just a spell we have. And speed eating and mushroom mancer. Mushroom mancer is also a pretty useful one, especially since the Behemoth fight is a very long and drag out fight. So you really want all those extra buffs and healing potential with mushroom mancer. Health boost. Also a good disclaimer. In almost all of my builds here, I have health boost either level 2 or 3 in them. I think there's only one, which is for longsword, where I don't have health booster. But yeah. And of course free meal. So, since we're also going over the support to begin with, I might as well show you my support setup, since I'm going to be the support of the group. This is what I usually run since I'm going to support Behemoth fight. And it is most like this. Like, there aren't that much more added to it. Like, you could, if you want to, take a forecaster. If you wanted to, put that in. Or if you need something else, you could do that. Like, again, it is personal up to you. I'm just sharing my builds. Now, for decoration. As you can see, there are many gem slots. So this support build is only for those who has these gems. Otherwise you have to be creative. And again, I only have one build for each class. So these builds are definitely endgame builds. But yeah, this is the support build you want to run when Behemoth comes out. Let's see. And then there is the Switch X. Like, also a thing, I really enjoy running the Devil Joe weapons, specifically against Behemoth, because we all know he is very futile to dragon. So having that maxed out dragon, plus it also has a high eldercy, which is always good. And here you see the stats. It's very different. Like, this and the longsword is almost hand in hand, I would say. But damage-wise, it can really pump up some numbers. And also, just so you know it, I'm not using any kind of buffs here. Oh wait, actually I think I'm using Mega Demon Drug, but nothing else beside that. So that is also something you have to take in mind. I have not eaten, I have not taken any demon powder or might pill. So I just want to get straight into the damage. You can see how it is. Of course, we're not going to crit that much, but when we do, there's going to be some staggering damage. And this is even before the files or the blade get charged up. So you can see we are beginning to hit heavily, and this is basically what we want with the Switch X. And also, I would really recommend, just earn that much of what sharpness, grab. I would say you should grab the protective polish and then use a Wetfish Fin Plus. That would really help you out. But yeah, here are the decorations and set bonus. And also, just disclaimer, please don't put any comments about not having Valasak braces, Octembets, or any of the gear Octembet, because the event quest has been on the PC for like 2 weeks, so that's your fault. But yeah, that's the Switch X build. And also, something I want to mention, the items I'm usually going when I'm battling Behemoth, especially with DPS. This is my setup, just if anyone are interested. Oh well, time for the next one. Yep, great sword. There you go. And then again, surprise, Devil Joe. And again, these are the stats. I would say is very crisp towards a great sword. And don't worry. I also have a build for the rocket power great sword. So if you like to run that, that's easy. That's cool. I'm gonna show you the build afterwards. But as you can see there, we hit for 810. That's pretty good without any fucking food buffs or demon powder or might build. I'll take it any day. And now for the decorations. There you go. You can pause if you want to. Now let's move on to the rocket power great swords. As you can see, the stats are a little bit different since we aren't using Valasak's Arch-Tempered Braces. So this is the stats I would say is pretty goddamn crisp. And we also have 26% affinity baseline. So I wouldn't complain at all. Like, even though that, it's okay. I know for a fact that I will be using the Anguish Great Swords when fighting Behemoth. Just simply because that, again, he is weak to Dragon. And now let me show you the decoration for this build. There you go. Those are the decorations and stats and everything, so you guys can pause it any time you want to. Moving on. Let's see, longsword. There we go. And as you can see here, this is quite different from the Switch Axe. Sorry, my bad. Just we have 6 in attack. But yeah, this also hurts like a mother trucker, I must say. I really like. I am not a giant fan of the Divine Slasher, if I must say so. I'm more a fan of the Devil Joe, just simply because of the more damage output. Yeah, it has minus affinity, but then again, you can just pop maximum might onto the fucking bitch, and then you won't have it anymore. So I don't quite see that big of a problem. And I also prefer to make some sets that's beneficial for me and more of my playstyle. So again, these builds are after my playstyle, and maybe they're not for you. So with all due respect, if you don't like them, go make some yourself. And time to show the decoration. Oh, there we go. There we go. Decoration and everything you need to know about this build. And also, again, the reason I do not have health boosts on this set is simply because that you have the ability to dodge attacks and also not take damage with the longsword, which is pretty goddamn useful. So, again, you could change things out a little, but that's up to you to decide. I'm just staying with this because I know that I will predict whenever he's going to attack and then not take damage from it. So for me, it doesn't really matter. Well, on to the next one. Hammer. If I should be honest, I'm not quite sure why I made the hammer, because the hammer is going to hit in the head, but that's where the lance of the gun is going to hit. But yeah, this is built just mostly for those who want to have fun playing hammer. Like I got you. And again, we are running the Devil Joe. And the stats here are very, very straightforward. Like, if you want to, you could, instead of take Slugger in the decoration, you could take Pop Breaker instead. Since it just hit me that you're not hitting in the head, so why do I have KO on here? So, Destroyer could be pretty good. Or you could take the Critical Jewels and slap that snitch onto it too. But again, that's totally up to you. Okay, there we go. Let's go back. I'm sorry for boys, that was sudden and unexpected. So now we still have Mega Demon Drop, but not eat it. So yeah, like with Gunlands and Lands, I've made some exclusive builds since you're after all the one tanking it, so I don't quite see any reason for you to do that big of damage. But then again, the Gunlands, I feel like taking the artillery off is a shame, I would say. Like, artillery is always good. So I don't quite see why taking it off, since you want to be poking it in the head, so you could always go for the explosion, if that's your style, of course. But yeah, here all of the all of the stats and decorations you want to go. And also, I would really say that you really want defense boost, stun resistance, iron skin, and guard up when you're using lance or gun lance. That is unnecessary. And also health boost, because when you're getting target, you want that extra HP. That is a must, through my opinion, of course. Let's move on to lands then, shall we? As you can see here, we have some weakness export into it, and also have recovery speed fully up. So we are after all taking damage back towards no, we are getting health back from the monstrosity. So again, these builds are very tank specific. Like right now, my base defense is 472. I wouldn't say that's half bad as a tank. And also since you have all the extra stats that you need as a tank. Or, unquote, tank, that is. Yeah, here are all the decorations and stats you want to go. Let me move on. I believe we have 3 more left. Yeah, we do. Charles Blade now. The reason I'm running Taruf is because, well, of course, the Diablo and the Tarot strong arm horn are the best charge blades out there. And since you are doing most damage with your files, I don't quite see a reason why you should run with the Devil Joe one. So this is just what I prefer specifically to run with. And I would say it's pretty good. Like, then again, we have the health boost, so we aren't going to take that much of damage. And it is, after all, going to be very grateful and useful for us when we are surviving. I could also, when I sat down and made these builds, I could also decide to make a tank build for the Charge Blade, but I decided not to, because I don't quite see Charge Blade as a tank in that perspective. Yeah, you have a sword and shield, that's true, but then again, you can't directly poke up in his noggin, so that's the reason why I'm not taking the Charge Blade as a tank specific weapon, more with DPS output. So yeah, this is the charge blade. And let me go on decorations so you guys can see. There you go. These are the decoration and everything I have. And then again, all these sets are very in-game. As you can see, 5 attack jewels. Not that many players have that. So you might want to find some more easygoing builds for you. And I know for a fact there are some YouTubers that have made builds that are very, very non-gem friendly. So you can always Google it or look under, I would say, Arcus Gaming, because he has a very, very good mix sets. And also, as a disclaimer, the reason I'm using the Paralyze is simply because I don't have any others. As you can see, I have like 3, no 4. Yeah, 4. That's it. Oh wait, no 5. Never mind. Yeah, it's the same. Okay, so 4. So that is the main reason I don't use anyone else. So yeah, this is more of airborne specific. We don't have that much airborne damage, but we still have the 5 level in Constitution, which could be pretty dandy. And we still have the critical boost and weakness exploit, and of course the non-elemental boost and health boost. Let's see. That was that build. Now we just have the bow. And disclaimer, for the bow build, I am specifically running the Dragon Piercer specifically. I think that's just a personal preference. I find it dealing more damage, I would say. But you can do whatever you want. You can of course mix it up. Run whatever you want. But yeah, these are the builds I've made so far. I doubt I will make some more builds. Like, I must say, I have a few builds. Not. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you the decorations. Here you go. Those are the decorations for this build. You could also run some other builds. It depends on if I get any recommendations in the future, because I do have a few sets. Only a few. But yeah, this was the video for today. Tell me, and I don't quite know if I will be looking for any criticism, since I'm not going to be a YouTuber or anything like that. I just want to share my builds with you guys, and also builds that can work against Behemoth and hopefully keep you alive and still doing pretty decent amount of damage. So yeah, I think that's all for today.